allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you and welcome. Any changes to the agenda?
Two changes, Mayor. First, if we could add a second presentation to tonight's agenda. Chief Meyer is going to be making a presentation. And then also if consent agenda item number 12, there was a couple typos, just minor changes. And that item was related to the dog bone memorial policy. And that's it.
And how are we changing that, or what? They've already been made.
It was just in the policy.
Okay.
Typos.
All right. Then we will start out with our presentations. The first one, we have a presentation involving the center. Welcome.
I have Connie pass around an impact statement, just so you can see the 2025 impact statement. What's been going on at the center this year that you have been so graciously supporting. So I'll start out. Good evening, Mayor Olson and council members. I'm Darcy Wakowiak, the new executive director at the center in Brainerd. Wanted to take some time tonight to thank you for your continued support of the center. And I want to share with you a little bit about how we are serving our community. The center is more than just a building. It's a vibrant, welcoming place where people age 45 plus come together to connect, learn, and support one another. Our mission is simple but powerful: to encourage mature adults to engage in healthy living, socialization, lifelong learning, and community connections. On any day, you might find line dancers in the great room, painters and card recyclers in the craft room, or a friendly game of cards underway with laughter filling the hallway. Members enjoyed a wide mix of activities, from bone builders and chair yoga to book clubs, band jam sessions, dancing, bingo, and lunch and learns. Signature favorites are, of course, that Thursday donut day. We all love that day. And our gift shop, which is filled with member-made items. Beyond the fun, we also serve as a community resource, providing space for LSS meal distribution, nonprofit meeting areas, a monthly newsletter, and telecare check-in calls for those who live alone. We serve by creating social connections, health and wellness opportunities, and community support. Loneliness and isolation are growing challenges, especially for our older adults. At the center, we create daily opportunities for connection through meals, coffee groups, games, creative outlets, and special events. Many members tell us that the center is their lifeline to true friendship and belonging. Some of our most popular programs include Second Monday dinners, lunch and learns, card recycling, the Quilters Ministry, Veterans Coffee, the Platinum Players Theater Group, and the Center Singer Choir. We promote wellness through classes like Bone Builders, Matter of Balance, and Chair Yoga, along with educational workshops on health, safety, and self-care. We also host caregiver support groups, the Memory Cafe, and a Navigating Grief group, which support physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Community partnerships are at the heart of what we do. We work with local businesses, nonprofits, and schools, bringing resources directly to our members. That includes the outreach projects, Food Pantry, LSS Meals on Wheels, and programs through LAW, the Lakes Area Memory Awareness Advocates. We also foster intergenerational connections through reading with kindergartners or our upcoming Teens and Tech events. Together, we're strengthening our communities one relationship at a time. As we know, behind every program is a person whose life has been touched. Here are a few of our members' stories. Kathy, who lost her spouse, found friendship and comfort at the center. She calls it her home away from home. Harley feels a sense of purpose, volunteering and giving back through the prayer quilting group. And Norma shared that the center has helped her build lasting friendships and created a renewed sense of meaning and purpose. These stories remind us that what happens at the center isn't just programming, it's a life-changing connection. The center is here to serve, and we are deeply grateful for Baxter's continued support. Together, we can ensure our community remains a place where everyone feels welcome and connected. We invite you to stop by, take a tour, see firsthand the difference the center is making. Thank you for your time and for your ongoing partnership in building a thriving and connected community.
Thank you, Council. Any questions?
I don't have a question, just a comment. I'm the council's liaison to the senior center, and we all know change is hard, and most of us are aware that the long-term director, Deanne Berry, retired earlier in the year, and of course, a lot of the members, I think, were quite concerned. But just to compliment Darcy, she's stepped in and done just a fabulous job, and I think your personality is so calming and reassuring to the members, so just a compliment to you. I'm very impressed.
Thank you. It's been fun. It's been a great change. We've had a lot of good times, and I think it's been fun to watch them kind of navigate that change too, and thinking like, oh no, this might be scary. And then suddenly once they get to know me and realize that, we're going to work together as a team, it's been very, very smooth transition. So.
Anybody in the audience have any questions or comments for? Okay, well, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Bring donuts next time.
Yeah. We'll meet on a Thursday next
Thursday's
time.
going. Next is our chief, our honorable chief.
Well, good evening. Thank you, Mayor. Yeah,
What a segue.
it's kind of funny, we were already discussing donuts, so, anyhow, good evening, Mayor, council members. Thank you for adding me to, the presentation here. I know it's a last minute thing, but, you might be wondering why I have another officer here in attendance. I was asked if I needed backup tonight. I don't think I do. However, this does kind of bring into light of the things that I wanted to kind of implement when I took over as chief. And one of that was to recognize the new employees as we hire them, which we have been doing currently, a private swearing in, a small little private ceremony that way. The second part is kind of tonight, to recognize our officers for their completion of field training. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to introduce our newest, well, our second to the newest officer, Officer Luke Hall, and you can come on up here, Luke. Wanted to introduce him to you guys so you had a face and a name with a member of our force, and also to also recognize him for completing his field training. Field training can be a pretty strenuous thing for some officers. Luke, though, comes with 9 years of experience from Nisswa Police Department, and he brings in some good training and experience that he's been able to already use here, and what we look forward to in the future with him. So, just to put in perspective, our field training is normally for a new officer is roughly about 16 weeks. It's 4 steps, and then we've added a last step called step 5, which is another month. Luke, having the experience from Nisswa, he was able to come here and complete the field training in 3 months. 2 of those months were always with another officer, learning the city, learning our policies, and showing that he can effectively do the job to our standards. The 3rd month would have been solo patrol, and he just recently wrapped that up here on, I believe it was late September. So Luke started in June 23rd, I think was your hire date, and he's now rapidly completed this and is now on his own. So I think it's important, again, that the lateral and you guys helping hire him and bring him here to our city and being a good part of our police department and our community just goes to show that this has paid off for your experience and getting done soon, and it helps us get, well, we are full staff, but it helps us get to that point of providing the community with services that we expect and the community deserves. So, any questions or interviewing of Officer Hall? I told him that won't happen.
Well, I do have a whole list of questions.
Perfect.
Welcome aboard. said he's a good one, so. Welcome. Okay, public comments. This time we would entertain comments of any issue that's not on the agenda. Give us your name and address.
Hi, my name is Amanda Beeman. I live at 13392 Memorywood Drive, and I'm a physician associate or APP, advanced practice provider with Essentia Health. And I'm here tonight on behalf of all APPs in the Essentia Health East Market region, which includes the entire Brainerd Lakes area. I did bring some backup today, so I have Joanne Bresnahan, as a nurse practitioner colleague, joining me. Over 1 year ago, the APPs in Essentia's East region won an election to form a union, which was certified by the National Labor Relations Board. However, Essentia is refusing to recognize our lawful union and start bargaining in good faith with us like they promised to. By refusing to bargain, Essentia is putting safe staffing, respectful workplaces, and patient care at risk. This doesn't just affect APPs. Patients and communities are also negatively impacted when Essentia asks us to do more with less. Unilateral changes in our working conditions lead to less face-to-face time with patients, increasing moral injury or burnout, and ultimately more staff turnover as some providers leave healthcare altogether. Furthermore, many of us are under restrictive non-compete clauses, which prevent us from helping to address unmet healthcare needs by volunteering or moonlighting in other facilities, such as We Are the Clinic. When Essentia temporarily closed a specialty department for a few years after a physician retired, the APP in that department was not let out of his non-compete. He had an opportunity to work in a surrounding community in that same specialty, but was unable to do so. This is a specialty which is in very high demand. Patients wait months for their initial consultation. Essentia is harming patients and delaying much needed care by preventing APPs from working where the need is greatest. If patients want access to the highest quality of care, we need to get rid of the non-compete clauses which restrict where the most qualified providers are able to work. When APPs don't have a voice, patients lose. Our community deserves providers who are supported, respected, and heard. We just want Essentia to start talking with us. We desperately need the support of community members and elected officials to hold Essentia accountable. Thank you for your attention and time.
Anybody else? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move into the consent agenda. The following items are considered non-controversial by staff. Recommended to be read and passed in one motion. Any council person, staff, citizen, or meeting attendee can request any one or more items to be pulled from the consent agenda. And the item will be pulled and addressed immediately after the passage of the consent agenda. Otherwise, the following items will be passed in one motion. Number 2, approve the city council work session minutes from September 16th, 2025. Number 3, approve the city council minutes from September 16th, 2025. Number 4, approve the city council special minutes from September 25th, 2025. Number 5, approve the payment of bills and finance report. Number 6, elect not to waive the monetary limits on municipal tort liability established by state statutes with the 2026 League of Minnesota Cities Insurance Renewal. Number 7, approve the issuance of a lower potency hemp edible registration to Quick Trip for the period of October 8th, 2025 through December 31st, 2025. Number 8, approve the issuance of a micro-business cannabis registration to Coastal Greenery LLC, Kevin Lures, and Pine Mountain Ventures LLC, Nick Garcia, Carla. Number 9, authorize contract execution for employee dental insurance renewal with Delta Dental. Number 10, schedule a public hearing for certification of delinquent utility bills, invoices, and abatements for Tuesday, November 18th, 2025 at 7 o'clock or shortly thereafter. Number 11, approve the bold and make proposal for land surveying services related to the Growing Power real estate option at an amount not to exceed $6,455. Number 12, approve Rainbow Bridge Memorial Owned Donation Policy for the Baxter Dog Park. Number 13, approve the J.R. Furchie Inc. change order number 2 to modify the substantial completion 2025 Design Road and Trunk Highway 371 Stormwater Improvements Project, municipal project number 4135. Number 14, adopt resolution number 2025-082, adopting assessments for the 2025 Design Road and Trunk Highway 371 Stormwater Improvements Project, municipal project number 4135.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Ross, second by Talbot. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 15, other business. Public hearing, adopt resolution 2025-081, approving a modification to Groveland County HRA's redevelopment plan.
Your Honor and Council, a public hearing has been scheduled tonight to consider the proposed redevelopment of the county HRA's development plan. It's being precipitated by the fact that the city recently entered into a development agreement with Lidstrom Road LLC that last month for the sale of 4 tax forfeited lots to provide affordable housing within the city. So this public hearing will provide the public the opportunity to comment on the county HRA's plan. It's just updated the plan to include the potential to sell parcels within the city, similar to what they've done in the city of Brainerd back in 2016.
Council, any questions of Jeremy, Council? Open the hearing at 7:17. Anybody here to comment on this issue? Seeing none, we will close it at 7:17:30. Bring it back to the council for a motion.
Move for approval of 2025-081.
Second.
Motion by Talbot, second by Liscio. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Council comments, Connie?
I'm gonna let Kelly do most of the talking, but just as a precursor, I want to extend a special invitation to Baxter's 4-legged residents regarding the grand opening of the dog park this Friday. All are welcome. You might want to get a new collar like our dog did. That's all.
And that's this Friday at
Correct, the 10th at 11 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
11 o'clock. It's on the 10th at 11 o'clock. I think.
10th at 11th.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Mr. Talbot?
I just want to share a positive note, primarily like to the council and yourselves. Recently ran into a resident who is new to Baxter in one of the 2 Forest View neighborhoods. And those of us who've been here through the process recall that that was not the most fun. I think maybe Connie and I remember it the most because we got sworn in and the room was full of people to say that they were angrily opposed to the first of those 2 projects. But it was a pleasant surprise. I randomly ran into this resident and they started talking, had no idea I was involved with the council. I didn't make a point to bring it up, just asked about where they lived, things like that. And they brought up how happy they were to be in Baxter, how hard it was to find a home in town because they kept getting beat out on offers. They made a full price offer, paid closing costs and all of that, and mentioned they were in the Forest View neighborhood. So kind of cringed and said, so, you know, how'd the assessment thing go? Did they cover it for you? And she said, no, I fully paid full price for the home, paid the closing costs, and covered the assessment myself because I wanted to be in that house so much and didn't even kind of shrug at the idea of having to pay the assessment. So I just felt like for all the negativity that we hear about so many of these projects, it was just refreshing to hear somebody who was thrilled to be here and paid for all of it without any real concern for that aspect of it. So it was nice to know that it wasn't all negativity after all of what we heard in that process.
Oh, that is good to hear. Patrick?
Yeah, I wanted to throw in a comment just because it's been rolling around in my brain for quite some time now. And I'm guessing it's rolling around in a lot of other people's brains too. 210 and 371. One of my perspectives, just being involved with this project since the beginning, one of the concerns that I have that popping up in the front of this is it seems like the project early on, and I don't know when, started off with the insistence that the project included an overpass over the railroad. And I feel like throughout the course of this, it's always come back to that we need to overpass the railroad. We need to overpass the railroad. Even during the first design phase, when we were looking at the 5 different options and drawn on the maps and whatnot. There's such a height requirement to get over the railroad, and that is in all of the designs spread out the project so far. And I feel like at some point it would have been great to consider an option that didn't go over the railroad. I know that it's been said that the funding is tied to that, but by forcing the project over the railroad and not considering any other options, I feel like we've done a disservice to the area by just eliminating that and maybe there isn't an option that would work very well for that scenario. Maybe the only option is that there has to be an overpass over the railroad. But I feel like there wasn't enough study around that. So I just want to make sure we've got a vote coming up on this. There's a public hearing on this. This will permanently change the landscape of Baxter, and I don't want to take that lightly. So I also feel like there might be a little bit more of a holistic approach that could be taken to this project. The truth is, or at least I have a strong feeling that one of the main reasons that this intersection is so busy and that it is a problem is because there's really not many local options for moving around. A lot of local traffic has to go through that intersection. So, and I know it's hard to expand the limit of a project, but connecting a few more roads around Baxter, I think, would take pressure off that intersection and might accomplish the same thing, rather than uprooting the whole thing. So I just wanted to throw that out there as an opinion, and it's, like I said, it's been rolling around in my head. I want to kind of make sure that everybody knows that this is a long-term and very permanent change to our infrastructure here in this small town of 9,000 people. So.
Okay, Mark?
Well, I have to agree with Patrick on that, and just making sure everyone knows we are having a workshop at the next council meeting. Invited the business owners and did that, come in and sit down. We have some questions. We invited business owners to come in with some suggestions, and we want to hear from MnDOT if they're willing to take some of those and maybe come back to us with a hybrid design that takes more of our needs and of our community into account, as opposed to just moving people through town. So that's all I have tonight. Thanks.
Okay. That, my comment was going to be make sure that you've written those dates down too, so the whole council is at those next 2 meetings where the chamber's going to be, and then we show up because.
Do you mind if I just want to,
Yeah.
just due to that statement, I have had a work trip for October 20th through the 24th planned since 2024. So I will not be at that date. I let Brad know several times before this meeting was set. And it's just a non-negotiable multi-$1,000 expense to my employer for me to be on that trip that needs to happen. So just want to make it clear that I am not intending to miss the 21st, but I will not be there.
Okay. All right. This is a tiny other comment here. I ran into somebody who's on the next project coming up. They're down in the Redwood Circle there, and you always kind of wonder what they're going to say or whatever. He says, I am so excited to get my new road and get my sewer in there. He said, we're just beside ourselves. So not all is gloom and doom, I guess, in some of those cases there. Okay, city administrator.
I just asked the council to enter into a closed session under Minnesota statute 13D.03 for labor negotiations.
Okay, we cover everything else then?
Can I just interject? I apologize, Kelly. I thought that you were going to be speaking more about the dog park.
I just had a note for the date and time to cover it, so.
All right, so just a little bit,
Go ahead.
unless Josh wants to.
No, as long as we have the date and time, and
Yeah, just-
everyone's good with it.
A little bit of an elaboration. It will be 11 o'clock this coming Friday, and anyone is welcome, humans and four-legged people. It'll be beautiful weather by the forecast, and there will be treats for humans and the dogs. And it's a beautiful place, and I think it's going to be wonderful for not only the dogs who need to play off leash, but we all know that fresh air in a park setting is such a great way just to develop relationships with other people who happen to show up. And dogs are a great icebreaker.
Every day. Big weight drop and those.
All right.
It's a big deal. So,
Okay, look for a motion.
Motion to close the open close.
Motion by Cross,
Second.
second by Leslie, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that ends the public part of our council meeting tonight. We go into a closed session.
This.